You're watching Peace Country Presents on CJDC TV.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. I'm here at Under the Yoga Tree. One of my favorite things to do, one of my favorite pastimes is yoga. And I was wondering, where can you participate and enjoy something like this in Fort St. John? Everybody that I asked said Under the Yoga Tree. I sent an email and I got in touch with the lovely Randall. So she invited me down here today, and I'm so curious to find out more. How did Under the Yoga Tree start, and how long have you guys been here for?
So Under the Yoga Tree is, well, it'll be the studio itself will be 2 years old in August, and the business 2.5 years old. So I moved back to Fort St. John from Calgary a few years ago, and the economy had crashed. So I thought, I'm going to take control of my own destiny, and I went and got my teacher's certification, and well,
here you are, right? Yeah. And that's such a yogi thing to say, taking control of your own destiny. I love it though. Even coming up the stairs here today, it was just a calming feeling in the building. So what did you do when you were in Calgary, and how long were you there for?
I was in Calgary for a couple of years, and I was doing land work for Encana. So I was in oil and gas, and that's what brought me to Calgary, is I got a job there, and it was very stressful. So I really dug into my yoga to deal with the stress, and everything just kind of evolved from there.
So how long has yoga been part of your life?
I would say 6-7 years at this point. A lot of people have this idea that yoga is, first of all, just like meditation, relaxation, which are big elements of it, but there's different styles of yoga, and some of it can be very physically challenging, and some of it can be strictly meditation, very soft movements, and it's all beneficial, but for someone who thinks it's really fluffy, I would say just come and try it out. You'll be really surprised.
I agree. I would challenge the people that say that as well, because I've had days, I was an athlete growing up, and yoga has kicked my butt big time.
It's definitely, like, I've played sports my whole life. I used to go to the gym religiously, and I don't have any gym memberships anymore, and I'm way stronger now than I used to be. My style is, I feel like it's continually developing. Some depending on what my energy level is, or what the energy level is of the room, like that's what I really try to base my classes on. So some days it will be a little bit more fluid, more like a watery practice. Some days it's more like earthy and grounded and slower. I find that I'm really influenced by the teachers in Vancouver. So I travel there quite often to soak up as much as I can. But then I also do find that there's a huge value in doing really slow classes for people who maybe have some mobility issues, whether it be weight or bones, joints, old injuries. So I do offer a half a class just for that. So that's a daytime class. And so we just I'm trying to bring more variety into the studio so that it really is for all people, for all bodies, and so everybody can get a little bit of yoga in their lives.
What kind of music can we expect in your classes?
That's a good question. So I like to use quite a variety of music, and that actually really sets the tone for the class. Like, we call it the bhav in the yoga world, and so it's setting the energy of the classes. So some days it's like sometimes it's like really folky music, and some days it's all like, I have this really great musician that I play quite often. His name is Garth Stevenson, and he plays the cello, so it's all instrumental. And I like to play music of my friends, like local musicians and people who have traveled through town. And so really, sometimes I even play like, I think I even have 50 Cent on one of my playlists. Right to the earth. Take upward dog or cobra pose. Let the back warm up. And there's a lot to do with sound vibrations and how they connect with the chakras, and certain tones will help you release certain emotions, certain points of stress. They'll also help you like feel happiness. And I mean, everybody loves music, right? So
You'd be crazy not to, right?
Totally. It's nice. I mean, sometimes I have taught classes in silence, and again, it's just a totally different energy in the room. I find I've been vegetarian now for a couple of years, so that's a difference for sure. You don't have to be a vegetarian if you're going to practice yoga, but that was just my own personal choice. I find that I can get really hungry. I can, depending on how often or how difficult of class I'm doing in a day, or how many hours I'm practicing. But I find that my digestion is a lot better because we're doing so many twists, and so there's a lot of internal massaging going on, and the breath is actually considered to be like food for us.
I remember doing yoga classes and hearing the same thing, aiding the digestion, because I feel like a lot of people have digestive problems in this world.
Big time. And it's stress, it's emotions, it's boredom, complacency. So, yeah. One more inhale. Exhale, hands frame the front foot. Step forward and fold forward. Exhale back. So I just came back from Vancouver on Saturday, and I was working with her name's Clara Roberts-Oss, and she's actually an ambassador for Lululemon, and she's trained with Shiva Ray in the States and a few other big names down in the States, and I think probably in India as well. So I was just with her for the past week assisting in her classes, so hands-on assisting, and it was crazy. But I've been working with her for about a year now as my mentor, and I'm headed to Hornby Island in September to start my next level of certification. This is definitely my lifestyle at this point, and this is gonna sound really cheesy, but when I decided to do my teacher training, it was like the most clear decision that I probably had ever made in my life. Like, this is what I'm meant to do.
Peace Country presents. We'll be right back.